Hello, everyone. The Learn Tech Writing Slack channel was created in 2017, and the first book club was launched there by Daryl White in January 2020. The first book was The Product is Docs, written by the Splunk documentation team. And at that time, there were about 230 channel members. I joined in 2020, about April 2020, and I was totally thrilled to have a new community. As like many of us, I was easing into working from home. So earlier this year, there were 1,162 members. And as of last week, the channel's grown to 1,387 members. That's like a 500% increase. At least that's what an online calculator told me. For someone who works at a financial software company, I'm not that great at math. The club has also read Docs Like Code by Ann Gentle, Steve Krug's Don't Make Me Think, Abby Covert's How to Make Sense of Any Mess, and Mark Baker's Every Page is Page One. So after participating for a while, I volunteered to lead the January discussion on managing writers by Richard L. Hamilton. I want to thank everybody who participated in that round. It was totally a marathon. It lasted from January 21st through April 15th. So to be honest, I have a really hard time reading books on how to do things because that kind of abstraction doesn't always make sense to me. I'm a hands-on learner. But the thing I really love about this book club is that the books become a catalyst to get us talking about our processes as tech writers. So even if you fall behind in reading or read the book years ago, the participation is as easy as answering the questions posted by the facilitator and responding to each other's comments. And it's an awesome community. People from all backgrounds are sharing experiences, and it ranges from deep dives to hilarity. Let me show you what I mean. Managing writers is divided up into 4 main sections, and here are a few comments from each section. Now, I understand that Slack's scroll off is a feature, not a bug, so the comments I'm sharing are anonymous. First section, managing people. Management did not seem too aware of tech writing tools and stable writing conventions, so I mostly managed upwards. In my past jobs, I had to report to a product manager director who had no clue how to manage writers, did not understand how much of the job is not actually sitting at a computer writing content. Managing projects. After 10 years in tech writing, I don't trust anything I can't see with my own eyes. My coworkers don't believe that I'm an introvert, and I have to make conscious efforts to be sociable at work. I find that if questions are targeted and limited, pick your battles. I work better with the devs, but as with everything else, it takes time to build their trust and understand their language. Managing projects. Technical skills are easier to teach on the job than attention to detail, diligence, and the ability to look from the reader's perspective and general language skills. To be a bit crude, I see my role as stopping the shit from above from reaching my team. By the time management or leadership sees the fire, I'm charcoal. I feel motivated most when I see encouraging results. When it doesn't work, I get imposter syndrome. Decisions I make are dismissed with flimsy reasons. I feel like Milton Wadhams, stuck in the sub-basement of the office, just plunking away at meaningless work. Managing technology. I think there's a corollary here, and maybe the author mentions it at some point. I haven't been following very closely, which is the pain of non-adoption. Sometimes it's worth the pain of converting your technology over all at once, because what you had was so terrible that the issues arising from change won't be perceived negatively. Regarding buzz, reuse is one tool in your toolbox, but because a large part of that tool is a technology, my concern is that the technology part of our goals get all the buzz while the methodology and content strategy gets neglected too often. Documentation planning. While single sourcing is the bee's knees, it can be taken to extremes. I am the world's most annoyed mouse, picking up the documentation crumbs after every deploy. And how did we like the book as a whole? It was weirdly affirming to read that no one knows what tech writers do or how they work. So join us in June. We'll be reading Letting Go of the Words by Janice Reddish.